Today is day 14 of my juice fast. That's right, 2 weeks, no food, just cold pressed juice that I made here at home in my Nama juicer with fresh fruits and vegetables. How am I feeling? What have my results been? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you in today's video. So, are you ready? Let's go! What's up, Raw Rebels? Blake here. Welcome back. I couldn't wait to make this video for you. This is my 2-week anniversary of my juice fast, and I must say that it's going fantastic. It's going even better than my first juice fast, which I did in February, that lasted 23 days. This is day 14. This is my 2-week anniversary, obviously. But I don't know exactly how far I'm going to go just yet. I am wanting to go a little bit longer than I went in the first time, but I'm just going to leave that one up to the universe. What I can say is that versus my first juice fast, my body is acclimated faster to what it's doing. It seems like the intelligence of my body knows that, okay, Blake's doing a juice fast now. So let's clean everything out. And the cleaning process, meaning the eliminative process that you go through when you do a juice fast, meaning you see the results of your detoxing come out of your body into the toilet, that happened on day 10 this time for me. And I have photographic evidence. Don't worry. I have the receipts. I'm not going to show it to you right now because we're not there yet on this channel. But if you want to DM me or message me, Blake at rawfood.lifestyle, then we can talk more. That's also how you can book me to help you to do a juice fast. And the link is in the description down below if you're interested. Last juice fast, the eliminative process where I could see the fruits of my labor, started at around where I am right now in this fast. It started at around day 14, day 15, where I started to have liquid stools a lot. And then after that happened a little bit, for a little while, I started to use a GI supplement. Okay, the first time what I used was psyllium husk and bentonite clay in combination with a lot of digestive enzymes. So really what you need are two things. You need something to break down and help your body speed up and wring its tissues out of all the toxins. That would be the enzymes. And then you need something to then help your body move that out of you. And that would be the GI supplement. This time around, I'm using what is called cleanse powder by a company called Puradyme. And I would strongly recommend their products. They are just super, super high quality products. If you've ever bought a supplement before and you can kind of like smell it and it smells maybe a little stale or it doesn't have a strong smell at all, you smell these supplements and they just smell fresh and amazing and powerful. And I'm just saying that from experience. I'm not sponsored by Puradyme, but I'm just using that to illustrate to you that there are two main things that can help on a juice fast, because we're not trying to live on a juice fast forever. There is a give and take, as with anything in life when you're doing a juice fast. Of course, there's going to be perhaps a little bit more cost involved because you're buying more produce and hopefully really good quality produce that's in season. Like for example, right now, watermelons are in season, so I'm just crushing a gallon of water juice. Maybe not a gallon, but I'm crushing tons of water juice every day. Watermelons are inexpensive and they make tons of juice. You can get a gallon of water juice or more from one watermelon. And then I'm combining that with green juice and citrus juice. And that's kind of like my mainstay: citrus, watermelon, and green juice. And then for dessert, I'll either have like a fancier melon, like a golden melon, or I'll have apple or apple grape. And that's my simple juice recipe repertoire. And that could also be a reason why juice fast number 2 that I'm doing right now, that I have just completed 2 weeks of, is going better than last time because I kind of figured that out. In addition to those 2 supplements that help you to get your detox results faster, which are the enzymes and the GI supplement. Having the right combination of juices and enough juices is crucial. I like to have my citrus juice in the morning and after my workouts. After that, I like to have a green juice, or possibly even 2, depending on how hard my workout is. Then after that, I just thrive on watermelon juice the rest of the day. And then at the end of the day, I'll have my dessert drink, which is, apple juice. It might as well be a dessert. It's so delicious, guys. I look forward to it. It helps me to have a psychological boost as I'm going through the fast during the day. I can tell you that my hunger is pretty much gone now. I really noticed that today. Yesterday I had to go to the store and get some more lemons. I put lemons in almost every single juice that I make because it helps to preserve. And, you go into Publix and there's all these sights and smells of food, and you can't help but just think in the back of your head, hey, I'm going to be eating at some point in the future very soon. It might be a couple weeks still, who knows? Okay. And then you just don't let your mind indulge too far down that trail of, fantasizing about eating something. You have to have that mental discipline to stop yourself. You come home, you have some more watermelon juice, and then the hunger goes away. But today, maybe it's because I didn't go to Publix, but I just really noticed that even though I did 40-minute yoga, 2-mile run this morning, that after that, I think I just had I had some of my lemonade blend that I make with coconut water. It's so good, guys. It's just water, coconut water, ice, couple lemons, juice of a couple lemons, and then I've been rotating between agave and maple syrup. You just shake it up in a 64-ounce jug with one 32-ounce coconut water, and then the rest is water, and it's so refreshing. It's so delicious, and that's basically all I had really all day. I even made orange juice, and it yielded 2 quarts, and both of which are still sitting in my fridge. So man, I could really tell that the hunger has turned down. So that's a plus. That gives me hope coming into the rest of this fast, because as somebody who is sharing my passion with you on this channel, which has always been nutrition. Ever since I was a kid, I was more gravitated towards cooking in the kitchen with my aunties and grandma and mom than I really was with watching sports, even though I was an athlete myself. I gravitated towards the food. Maybe that's because I was just hungry all the time, or maybe that was just where I felt the most love, to be real. Okay, and then fast forward a few years after that, I was this, overweight, depressed dude in high school, kind of letting the world get the best of me. Although, to my own credit, I was in a tough situation, and that was the only way that I knew to self-medicate myself, was through food, until I put my foot down. I said, I'm not going to live like this anymore. But then it revolved right back around to the food. I found the alkaline diet, which is so similar to the raw vegan diet. It's basically, it says the exact same thing. It says the more fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds that you eat, and the less dairy products and animal products that you consume, the better that's going to be for the alkalinity of your body. And that is important because if your body maintains an alkaline pH, there is virtually no chance that you're going to have any sickness in your body. And that's been researched, and that was written in the book that I read when I was a teenager at Barnes & Noble, when I said, okay, I'm losing this weight. What diet am I going to do? That one was the one that made the most sensible because it tied back to your health, and they made a strong case for that. It didn't seem like a fad diet like the whatever 30 or the this or that. There's plenty of those, and I've tried those, and I've been even like the poster boy, like for example, for keto. And I learned the hard way that no, that's not meant to be a sustainable thing. And that's why I call myself a raw foodist more so than a raw vegan, because I'm not going to restrict myself if I ever want to, remember those times with my family on Thanksgiving when I was a kid. And, I'm really, really missing them because I don't live in the same state anymore or whatever. What if I want some cheesy cauliflower casserole like my grandma made on Thanksgiving? I'm not going to beat myself up or try to have to feel like I have to lie and hide it. Oh, no, I'm fully raw all the time. Oh, don't look behind the curtain. I'm eating cooked food all the time. You know what I mean? I just focus on as much raw foods as possible. Just like when I was a kid, I just didn't realize that that's what I was doing until 2.5 decades of experience in the wellness industry and on my own health journey later. So that's why I'm here sharing my passion, but it's also my goal to monetize that and look to help you guys in sort of like a student teacher sort of relationship. And the best way that I've found to do that is to help you guys go through one of these transformations with the juice fast. That's why I'm doing another one right now. The first one that I did is epic. I have plenty of receipts from that one too, of all the detox that happened and the result of which, entered the toilet out of my body. Matter that was foul, greasy, dark, rubbery, hard material that was not consumed by me anytime recently. And as it was passing, day by day, I would have one or two events where I would pass this stuff. Beforehand, leading up to it, I noticed there was a couple times where I had these interesting cravings and interesting sensations, like, oh, I just had the feeling of rice kind of like in my body. And then I would have one of those elimination events, and then I don't really feel like that sensation of rice, almost like a craving, but not. What if that material that I passed after I had that sensation of rice was comprised of rice? Because I used to eat a lot of rice, and that starchy, sticky, sort of carbohydrate, polysaccharide, complex carb material that you find in pasta, rice, starchy potatoes. That alone will create the mucoid plaque matter in your body that leads to toxemia. It leads to an acidic environment versus an alkaline diet. It makes you sick. It makes you harder to stay lean. For all my gym people, I go to the gym. I want to just preach this to every person I see. They're working so hard, just like I was, and getting half the results that they should be because of how they eat. It's a simple thing to understand mentally, but then doing it, enacting it, and the work of it, that's where it can be a little bit challenging, and that's where it helps to have somebody guide you through it. And I can tell you that after my first juice fast, on the other side of it, I lost a bunch of weight. I wasn't tracking it as well that first one. I'm tracking it really well this one, so I can just have further proof to show you guys. But I've already lost over 10 pounds on this one, and it's been 2 weeks, and I was already pretty lean before, and I don't look a whole lot different. I do look less puffy and like I've lost body fat, of course, but for only 2 weeks, it's been kind of like a remarkable change that has gone on. And I'm going to show you the before and after pictures when I conclude this fast. So yeah, I would love to help you guys with your own transformation, doing your own juice fast. And then what's going to happen, because prior to my juice fasting phase, which I'm doing right now, what led me into the whole raw world and raw foods, besides like my origin story of when I was a kid and then being on this alkaline diet for 2.5 decades. Yeah, I had cheat days and cheat meals. But then I got into water fasting. Even though they were just short fasts, 2.5 days, 3.5 days, 4.5 days, or the different lengths that I've done, and I did 5 water fasts from 2023 to the end of 2024. So about a year and a half, and I got cleaner each time. After each one of those little fasts, I dropped at least one bad habit or at least one food item. Like one of the big ones was popcorn that I eliminated. And then another time I eliminated oats from my like little protein shakes that I was making in my Vitamix. Okay. And that was getting me ready for this. Now you don't have to do that. And what I realized from going through that experience is that, you know, water fasting is probably the king. It's probably the best thing that you can do. You know, no supplements, you know, no juice, right? You're just resting and water fasting. But it's just not feasible for most people to do. Since then, my job has gotten a lot busier, and it's possible to function normally while you're water fasting, but it takes a little practice. I do want to get there. And for most people, you know, even if I tell them to eat 90% raw foods, that's a big leap. Okay. But the juice fast transformation, even if you're never interested in eating all raw foods, maybe you might start eating some more salads after your juice fast, or replacing your snacks with apples and bananas and oranges instead of, you know, your granola bars with all the sticky starch in them, right? These little things add up over time. And I can tell you that over 2.5 decades of making these little small sacrifices, with strong air quotes, because they're investments in your health, that it pays off tenfold, guys. And with that, I can't express to you how grateful I am to be going through this experience. At week 2, not only do I have really good results, but now I'm starting to really ease into, like I said, the hunger went away, right? Now I'm starting to ease into that more spiritual sort of clean experience. That's what you want to get out of this, where you start to not only do the physical work on your physical body, you're doing the detoxing, you're eliminating that matter from your intestines, your colon, that has been causing toxemia in your body, preventing your gains from being as well as they could, making you get more sick more often than you want, and who knows what else. If you're ever tired, have headaches, fatigue, if you clean yourself out, it's going to lessen those symptoms dramatically, if not completely dissipate them. But as you clean out your physical body, then the whole emotional, spiritual, mental cleanliness, the clarity of thought, the forgiveness, the universal love and oneness that you feel with everybody, your feathers don't get ruffled as easily. And then guess what happens? When you're not experiencing the negative thoughts and negative emotions, then you're causing yourself less stress. And then you're getting less oxidative damage due to the cortisol. So it's, instead of a downward spiral, like the SAD diet, the standard American diet, now you're on an uphill spiral, guys. And that's what the raw food lifestyle can do for you. And bare minimum, if you're in a place where you feel like you want to switch it up and you want to shake up your workouts, or you want to switch up your diet and you just don't want to do keto, or you don't want to, you already feel like you're too tired to do even more exercise than you already are, then this is the answer. And it's going to give you more than you bargained for in the best way imaginable. So I can't, try to inspire you enough to do a juice fast. Whether you do it with me or not, that's totally on you. But again, if you want to have my help and guide you through a 3-week juice fast, then I have my Juice Fast Bootcamp course coming soon. Meanwhile, get a free consult in the link below, blake@rawfood.lifestyle. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead, smash the subscribe button, punch the like button. And until next time, guys, I will talk soon. Peace.